Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Divorce Coach Diaries. So, today I want to talk about a practical strategy of how you can stop worrying. Most of the clients that I work with spend a lot of their mental and emotional energy being worried. They're worried about what will happen when they file for divorce. What will happen with their kids? How will it affect their kids? How will the relationship with their soon to be ex-partner change with their kids now that they're not in the same home anymore? Will they have to move out of their house? What's the divorce process going to look like? All sorts of worries, and they make sense, but they're not useful. We're always worried about something in the future. Even if we're worried that something that happened in the past is going to happen again, we're still only worried about things in the future. The made up stories that we have in our head that cause us so much pain and fear and are just simply a waste of our energy. Worry pretends to be useful, but it never is. We think that if we're worried enough about it, we'll be able to prevent that thing from happening, but it just doesn't work. So, what do you do when you're worried? Most of us just stay up in our head and we spin and we ruminate. It gives us a stomach ache a lot of times. It wakes us up in the middle of the night. We can't eat, we can't sleep, we aren't productive, we're distracted all day just thinking about these things in our heads. So, I want to give you an exercise for something that you can do that will help calm your brain and your body and will help you to stop worrying. Now, this is especially useful in the middle of the night if you wake up and your brain immediately starts just spinning and spinning and spinning. And before you know it, you are wide awake and there is no way you're falling back to sleep. Here's what I want you to do. And the point of this is to get out of our heads and into our bodies, to get out of what we're afraid the future is going to look like and get right back into the exact present that we're in. Here's what this looks like. We're going to pay attention to our senses. You might call this an embodiment exercise, but without getting up, we're going to relax back into our bed. Because remember, we're waking up in the middle of the night. So our body needs to sleep. And what we're going to do is calm down our brain, which will help us calm down our nervous system and our bodies. And of course, only do this if you really are safe and okay. If you're not safe, get somewhere safe. We're not worried about this if we are literally not safe. But assuming that we are, assuming that we are safe in our bed, in our house, our kids are safe, everyone is safe, then this is what we're going to do. We're going to relax back into our bed, and we're going to start with our sense of touch. What do we feel? Where does the pillow hit our head? Are we lying on our side? Can we feel it on our cheek? What parts of our body hit the mattress on our bed? What does the sheet or the blanket feel like on our body? Where can we feel it? Do we have a fan overhead that's blowing a breeze onto our face or maybe on our arm that's exposed? What does the fabric of our pajamas feel like? What do the sheets feel like? Are they soft? Are they silky? Are they flannel? Maybe you have a weighted blanket on. Where do you feel that weight? What parts of your body are touching each other? Is your hand touching your other arm? What points of contact do you feel? Do you hurt anywhere in your body? Are you tense? Where is your tongue? If it's on the roof of your mouth, we're going to relax our tongue and we're going to start to just calm our body. And then we're going to start from our very top of our head and we're going to calm and relax every part of our body. We're going to relax all the muscles in our face. We're going to take deep breaths. We're going to relax our cheek, our lips, our eyelids, our eyebrows. Taking slow, deep breaths, and we're going to move down our body. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders into the pillow or into the mattress. Concentrate on taking deep, slow, cleansing breaths. And when your brain starts to say, oh, wait, but remember, we're worried about this, we're going to talk back to our brain and we're going to say, it's okay. We can worry about that later. Right now, we're just feeling our body. And we're going to keep relaxing. Relax your back muscles. Sink deeper into the mattress. Relax your legs and your knees. If you're on your side and your legs are on top of each other, feel that weight get heavier as you relax. Relax your toes. And once we're all the way relaxed in our bodies, we're going to start and pay attention to the other senses. We're going to move on to our hearing. What do we hear right now? Do we hear a pet breathing slowly and sleeping on the floor next to our bed? Maybe you can hear the air conditioner whirring outside. Maybe you hear the fan blades overhead. Maybe you hear some leaves or trees rustling outside. Maybe you live somewhere where there's a lot of animals outside and you can hear frogs croaking or lizards chirping. Pay attention to what you can hear. Can you hear your own slow breathing? Does your bed or your mattress make any sound at all when you are taking slow, deep breaths and moving your body just a little bit? Do you hear a clock ticking in your room? Do you hear any cars outside? Be very specific and pay attention to what you hear. And when you've finished with that, we're going to move on to what we smell. What do your sheets smell like? Do you have a laundry detergent that you can still smell in your sheets? Or maybe your perfume from the day? Or if you took a shower right before bed, can you smell your shampoo or the soap that you washed your body with? Maybe you smell a candle that you had burned earlier in the day. Maybe you still smell some food from dinner. Maybe your window is open and you can smell the smells from outside. You smell grass or trees. Or maybe it just rained and you can smell the rain. And we've done that for a couple of minutes. We're going to move on to what we can see. Even with your eyes closed, you can still see a little bit. Maybe you have an alarm clock to the side of your bed that you can see just a little bit of light. even with your eyes closed. Maybe you have your windows open with no coverings on them, and you can see the moonlight coming in just dimly through your eyelids. And of course, if you're doing this in the middle of the day, there's a lot more you can see. But if you are intentional enough, there will be things that you can see even with your eyes closed. After we're done with that, we're going to move on to what we can taste. If this is right after you went to bed, maybe you can still taste toothpaste or mouthwash. What does your mouth feel like? Is it dry because you've been sleeping for hours now? Pay attention to what you can taste. And once we've done all of our senses and moved all the way through our bodies, this helps us to be right in the present, to be in our body, to feel our body, and it will help you relax and get out of your head worrying. So try this out. Let me know what you think. It's been so helpful for me and my kids in our personal lives, and I coach on it so often with clients. We'll do this exercise in a session when we're feeling really activated or stressed or worried, where talking about something isn't very useful right then. We have to get into our body and make a safer space in our body. So, my friends, that's what I have for you today. I'd love to hear if this was helpful. If you try it out, let me know. Or if you want help and if you want me to walk you through it, book a session and let's do it together. megthedivorcecoach.com/free coaching will take you to my calendar, and I'd love to help you. Let me know what you think. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.